All right, who's ready to learn what the top 1% investors are doing differently? I know I am. Let's get right into it. We're going to cover four superstar skills of the top 1% investors. The first superstar skill is time management. The top 1% know how to be incredibly effective with their time. They have a very specific schedule they adhere to. They don't just expect to succeed, they schedule their success and they make it happen. And you can do this too. Here's how: schedule just one extra move this week at a specific time. Most people will say, I don't have time. Yet the average American spends 38 minutes a day on Facebook. Learning time management can have a snowball effect. That's why the number one skill is time management. The number two skill is effectiveness. The top 1% investors know how to make their time and money count. It comes down to knowing how much to risk and when. The top 1% investors don't run out of money or spread it too thin. They aren't trying to do 100 things at once either. They're concentrating efforts on the things that move the needle. That's why skill number two is effectiveness. Skill number three is money management. They manage positions based on risk. They think in terms of best and worst case scenarios. And an example of this is the golden rule in investing is to risk $1 to earn $2. So if you're willing to risk 5%, you should be aiming for 10%. And if you're aiming for 20%, you should be willing to accept 10% of risk. And that would be a reward to risk ratio of 2 to 1. So that's skill number three, money management. Skill number four is position selection. The top 1% investors can easily spot top 1% performers. It takes time to gain this sort of market experience. You can schedule 12 hours of work a day, know exactly the right amount to risk and when, and have the best money management strategy on the market. But if you don't know what to buy and sell, you'll never be a top 1% investor. This is one of the hardest skills to acquire, but it can pay off dividends for the rest of your life. It's worth having at all costs. If you're interested, we can help you consistently find the best performers. Let me just explain why this is so valuable to you. It's valuable because you can leverage our experience. Brian said this had a direct positive influence on him and his finances. It's the ultimate high-value skill that can transform your life. Michelle said this inspired her to look beyond her everyday abilities to cultivate awareness and understanding. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You have to take the time to understand it. This is a proven strategy that works for all people in all industries. It works because it's based on science, statistics, and probabilities. SL Trading said this enhanced trading significantly. He believes it's a safer approach and the tools are helping to lower his overall risk. And our latest success story is Vanessa. She had never traded a stock before in her life before 2020. And she put $100 into a Robinhood account to test this strategy. And she ended up 91.58% in the last 3 months. She's up over $1,000, and this is just 5 months after starting with us. This proves that we can teach it in as little as 60 days to someone with no experience. Here are some real results proving this is market tested. These numbers have not been independently audited. However, you'll soon see that you can all audit them right now. It's only 26 trades in 6 months. We're not making any guarantees about this strategy. We're merely presenting our findings as if it were a scientific experiment. Our theory was that with one extra move a week, you can significantly outperform like the top 1% investors do. The null hypothesis is that one move per week cannot cause significant outperformance. Here are the results of the ongoing case study. And this is from just one trade per week. The year-to-date return on investment, we're halfway through the year, is 83.9%. So extrapolate that out to the full year, and you're around 168%, okay? And this was from 26 trades, and 65.4% of the trades were winning trades, with an average hold time of 10 days and a risk-to-reward ratio of 1.47 to 1. And here is where you can audit all of these trades and just make sure that the entry price is where it is on the date that we have in the date column. That's the date we bought it. And then the target column and the stop column, those dates should line up with the date that we sold the security, okay? So you can pause this and check all these numbers if you'd like. It's by far the world's best market education strategy. We named it TIPS Optimum Strategy, and here's how it compares to the indexes overall. This is the S&P 500, which represents the overall markets, okay? So in the last 6 months, the difference from $100,000 initial investment is $90,000 in just 6 months, okay? And if you extrapolate out 120% return on investment out 4 years, here's what the growth of $100,000 looks at 120% ROI. So in year 3, you surpass $1 million, and in year 4, you'd be a multimillionaire, assuming that you don't take any money out of the account, okay? So these numbers are from one trade a week and 5 minutes of work. So some quick math shows that 5 times 26, which is 26 trades, equals 130 minutes, which is 2.16 hours. So that's approximately $36,934 an hour. And that's just in the first year, okay? So if we multiply that by 2, we'll get how many hours in a year? 4.33 hours in a year. And by year 4, you're making $1.277 million. So you divide that by 4.33, and now all of a sudden you're making $294,877 an hour. How would you like to work 5 hours a year and make $1.277 million? If this sounds good, let's start this Friday. It's time to get excited about investing like the top 1%. You need to learn this now and begin to take action on this. And it needs to be with enough power that it moves the needle. And you need to know how to manage your money. Things are not likely to change, but you can change. And that's the secret here. You can make it happen today, even if it's something as small as an extra 5 minutes a week. So if you're ready for a big change into a top 1% investor, book a call on this page. This one call can help you realize a major breakthrough. If you had some epiphanies in this presentation, imagine the breakthrough you're going to have on the call. If you want to live healthier, sleep better, and generate more investment income, book a call on this page. We can teach you how to become a top 1% investor. And it's likely that a lot of you have most of the skills that you need in place, and you're just missing that one key that ties everything together, okay? So once you learn this, you'll always be able to make money off your money. The call is completely free. We have starter programs for all budgets. That's why we need to connect on the phone. Every day you don't know this is costing you. So book the call today. It's time to invest in yourself and your own education. Don't wait on this. We'll discuss how everything works on the call. I look forward to speaking with you. So book the strategy session now. I'll talk to you on the call. Goodbye.